Good morning, Facebook. I've always wanted to do that. All right. Today's topic is passion and where our ideas come from, and what we're doing with them. Today, I'm actually going to tell you a story that I've told hundreds of other people here lately when explaining Legacy Co-Creative, which I have started this year. So let me take you back to 1997. Rocking the retro shirt, which is like 1992-ish, but it's whatever. Love it, ain't it pretty? I love it. Anyways, so back when alright, let's start from the beginning. I've been able to draw and make things, and I've been a creative person since I could hold a crayon and round tip scissors. My mom was creative. My grandma, it trickles down the line. My great grandma used to send me handmade birthday cards. I mean, we're just crafty like that. All of us had different talents. My great grandma, she liked to scrapbook and make things out of other things. My grandma, which is my gran, I actually just recently found out that she used to work with Bob Ross. Crazy, right? My grandfather was in the military, so they traveled a lot. And when they lived in California, my gran got an internship at his studio and worked there with him for a while. She loved to paint. Wasn't the best at it, but she's been doing it, and she's been doing it as long as I can remember, and she would still do it now if she could. My mom, she was a jack of all trades. Like, she painted signs, she painted murals on several of the daycares in our area. Both of them crocheted. I never picked that up, by the way. And I don't know, the list goes on and on of the talents in my mom's side of the family. Anyway, so always been in art class, always been creative, always doing something or other with glue and pens and markers and stuff. So my senior year in high school, we were given this project by, I wish I could remember my art teacher's names, and I never can. I can't remember any of my teacher's names except for my band directors, which I had for like 4 years straight, so that's a different story. Anyway, so we were given this project to create a company, create its logo, and really that was about it. I mean, it was my first real dabble in commercial art, right? I took that project and I ran for the hills, man. And it actually turned into a passion of mine, which I had no idea was going to resurface in my 40s. The name of the company was The Spot. I had no idea at the time that there was a restaurant called that in Galveston. But the goal for it was to be a youth center for our youth here in town. And back then it wasn't going to be art related. It was just going to be a center where kids could go after school to learn extra things, like how to apply for a job, because they didn't teach us this shit in high school, and they still don't now. Apply for jobs, apply for colleges, find out what their passion truly was and how to cultivate it, But on top of that, it was also going to be a place where I could hold social gatherings on the weekends for the kids, music, dancing, food, and then throw in there some video gaming and pool tables and just, stuff kids like to do when they're not at home. So I took that idea, I came up with like 10 different logo ideas. I designed the floor plan. I had a full-on business plan within like a week. Like, I had it for a 17-year-old, as good as it could possibly be, not knowing any idea what I was doing. But still, I look back at it and I think, I really had something then, Anyway, so up through my 20s, I actually ran with this idea. I was trying to make it a nonprofit. I had gone so far as to recruit a few of my friends to help be on my board to try to help me make this happen. I don't remember how old I was. I want to say I was 20, 21, something like that. And I actually had the Boys and Girls Club of America contact me, and they wanted my idea, but because I was young, obviously, they were like, oh, we'll take your idea, we'll run with it, we think it's amazing, and if all goes well, you can work for us. No, that's not how I wanted that to go. So, I thanked them for, recognizing that I had a good idea and went about my business. Well, 2 kids later, a marriage, a divorce, all this, a new career, the 20s, the growing up years, I packed all that shit in a folder and a couple of journals that I filled up and put it in my hope chest and didn't look at it again for a long ass time. It's something that just kind of, it's always been in the back of my head, but didn't really come to surface. Well, jump ahead to this year, I started 914 years back, like 8 years ago. But I came back into town, I got my office, I'm, doing shit, right? And I thought, I don't know what, I honestly, right now, I can't think of what triggered this, but I decided I want to do more, When I was in school at the Art Institute, I was the oldest one there, by the way, in every one of my classes, except for maybe one. I became the person that the 18-year-olds that were there in school would come to for tutoring, for help, or if they didn't understand how the teacher explained stuff, they would come to me and I would help walk them through it, I tended to understand a little more than most. And I was better at communicating. Go figure, my words may get twisted sometimes, but I'm very good at communicating. I'm very good at, if I can't figure out how to get across to you the first time, I'll try again and try again. Ask my kids, I say I ramble. Me? No comment. Anyways, so open up my office and I'm thinking, I want to do more. And I'm right here by the high school, the high school's 3 blocks that way. And I remember when I was a senior in high school and I realized, I really wanted to do art. Didn't know what that meant then, So my family members basically, I went to college. I went to ACC and I started a degree in fine arts. And over the course of time, I was basically told the only thing I could do with art as a career was to teach. At that point in my life, I was 18. Teaching was the last fucking thing I wanted to do. Nothing against teachers. You'll respect me in a minute, I promise. Anyways, at 18, I was like, hell no. No, not no, but hell no. And believe it or not, even though graphic design has existed for many centuries, I didn't know what it was. I had no idea. And nobody took the time at my high school or at the college level to explain to me what graphic design was. I was basically getting nothing but classes on pottery and painting and stuff, and I'm not that type of art person. I can be, I have been, I've dabbled in everything at least once, but I'm not that type of artist, but I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what type of artist I would be good at. So I just figured I was failing as an artist, so I dropped out of school. I went into apartment management, and that's what I did for almost 10 years, Loved and hated it. At the end of it all, I'm very glad I walked away. But while I was in the apartment industry, I played with a program called Publisher. And in Publisher, you can do a lot of things. I don't even know if Publisher still exists. Does it? I don't know. But while I was in the apartment industry, we had that on our computers, and we were using that to make newsletters, for the residents, monthly newsletters that went on everybody's door. Well, then I figured out how to design our own business cards on there, and our letterhead, and floor plans. And I, over the course of probably about 8 years while I was in that industry, I became the go-to person in almost every company I worked in as that girl, Hey, can you design our business cards? Hey, can you do this? Can you do this? Because I had an eye for it. I wasn't trained in it. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I just knew how to make things look pretty and pretty professional to my standards at that point anyways. So then I started looking into, hey, maybe I can make a career out of this. Still didn't know what graphic design was. So I went on to start trying to find a job in this so I could leave the apartment industry, right? And of course, at the time, very naive, when I would be asked, oh, what program do you design in? What program are you efficient in? And I'd be like, publisher. I'm sure I was a laughing stock of many, many places that I visited at that time as soon as I walked out the door. Thankfully they were nice enough to go, oh, well, we don't use that, but, if we have something come up, we'll let you know. They were polite about it, whatever, and I never understood why I never heard back. So, let's jump to 2010, okay? I get fired from my last apartment job. Peep this. Guess why I got fired? Because I created a Facebook page for the property. I tried, explaining to my supervisors and my boss that, hey, it's free marketing. It's free. It's communication with our residents. It's a great way to communicate with our residents all on a fast basis. It's free marketing, free advertisement. I mean, why are we not using this? And yeah, I was pretty much laughed at, told that it's childish and that businesses have no business being on Facebook. Yeah. Do you know how much I wish I could run into those people again and go, hey, so how'd that pan out for y'all? Anyways, I don't hold grudges. No, not at all. Moving on. So I get fired. I'm going through a divorce. Everything's it was a mix of crashing and falling into the right place at the right time. A very weird moment, very weird year of my life. Started looking for other jobs. I'm on unemployment. I had to move in with my mom. Things were going kind of topsy-turvy. And I got this idea. Somebody said, you're a single mom now. Go back to school. Use that to your advantage, And I'm not saying take advantage of the system all the time, but girls gotta do what girls gotta do. All right. So I started looking into stuff, and I don't remember what triggered me to hear about what graphic design was and that I could go to school for it. But first thing I did was call University of Houston, because that's University of Houston, right? Yeah, they asked me for a portfolio, and I didn't even know what that was. So I was beyond ground zero. I was underground. Like, I'm coming out, seeing the sunshine for the first time, not stretching my free adult legs, trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing in life. Didn't know what a portfolio was, so obviously U of H was out of the question. So then I started thinking, in my senior year in high school, my original plan before I went to ACC was to go to the Art Institute of Houston. Now, there's a lot of bad press about the Art Institute of Houston, and yeah, a lot of it's true, and yeah, I mean, it's really expensive. I'm in debt for the rest of my life at this point, but the staff that was there and the experience I had was nothing but amazing. I mean, I love all the friends that I made. Some of the teachers were just, they left an impression that I'll never forget. And I learned what graphic design was, which was the whole point, right? Or skip that. I think I confused my story. Anyways, back then I was told not to go, so I didn't go. That's how I ended up at ACC. All right, now back to me enrolling at the Art Institute. So I had a great time. I learned a lot. I learned what graphic design was, and I really enjoyed my time there. And no, I didn't finish. I didn't get a degree because, of course, the way luck would have it, my funds ran out about 2 semesters short of me graduating. I don't really care. I learned everything I need to know. The last 2 semesters are basically portfolio and how to find a job. I was 30 years old at the time, 32, 30, well, no, about 34, 35 at that point. I didn't need to know how to find a job. And I knew already I planned on working for myself. I didn't have the intention of going out and finding a job at another place. I already I had a plan, I had a plan. So I didn't need those classes. Would I like to have graduated? Obviously, yes. Everybody wants that paper at the end of the day, but do I feel like I'm missing out on life not having it? Not at all. I'm good. Anyway, so while I was at the Art Institute, I learned that I liked helping the other kids there. Lo and behold, I like to teach. I love to teach. I love to share the things that I know. I love to, take that 4 years of me being in school and condense it and teach some really cool stuff to kids that know nothing about it, So now let's jump ahead to today. I have my office. I started Legacy Co-Creative. Legacy Co-Creative is a co-working space plus learning center for those that are interested in learning graphic design and other digital art forms. Here in Alvin, we have the Shard Yard and a couple, the art place down there, and then you got Da Vinci, which is down there that they do a lot of hands-on stuff there too. But mine doesn't. What I do, there's not a place for it. There's nowhere to go for kids to learn how to make t-shirts, how to do vinyl decals, and how to design, and how to learn how to use lettering and colors and stuff in a way that it's a digital format, right? So that's what I'm offering. It's here in my office. I confiscated the kitchen area. I put in some tables and a coffee maker and tried to make it as comfortable and as welcoming as possible. And I'm trying to get my name out there. I'm trying to get the word out there of what I do. It's complicated to explain, but the best way I can explain it is kids can come here after school. If you have a student ID, it's $10 a day. Whether you're here all day or for a couple of hours, it's $10. You can talk to me. You can use my books. You can use my computer if it's available, my second one. I would love to coach and teach and help and tutor and mentor, whatever, any other word you could think of, to bring more knowledge to the art kids that are in our community. Not all art kids just want to sit in a corner and draw all day, Come here and be around other people that like to create things. I got the music going. I'm always doing something. I'll teach you what I'm doing. I'll teach you. I'm not that type of person that wants to just be like, no, it's my trade. I don't want you to know what I do. It's mine. It's all mine. I'm going to rule the world. Nah, man. The more people I can teach, the happier I am. And that goes for everybody, whether you're a student, a kid, an adult, you're just flat ass interested. You don't have the desire to go to school for it, but you want to know what it is, how. Come see me. Come hang out with me. I'm here by myself most of the day right now. It's a new program, and it's hard. I'm really busting my ass trying to get it out there that it's available, and for whatever reason, I'm having problems getting through to the school to let me go talk to the kids again. I went last year in May, and it was received fairly well, but yet this year I go to send an email to the school saying, hey, I want to reach out to these kids. I want to let them know what I'm offering, and I got back an email, we're too busy, from the art director from the high school. Okay. You're too busy to let your kids have one day. I know y'all have a curriculum. I know y'all have stuff that y'all have to do. But why would you not want to let me bring this information to these kids? You may have just ruined somebody's future by basically shutting them off. Just like when I was a kid and the art community was not promoted, it still isn't. The art community at the high school and in our community of Alvin, it's all about football. It's all about the cheerleaders. It's all about, the band, which, hey, go band. I'm a band mom, all right? Fully fucking support the band. I was a band kid. Now my kid's a band kid. She's doing way better than me, by the way. But the art community, where are they? What do we hear about them? Nothing. You'd never see anything posted on Facebook about them. They have a page, but they never fucking post on it. I get it. As artists, we're recluse, but that's a bit ridiculous. Because I guarantee you there's some talented ass kids in there that could do some amazing things. And that's what I want to help them do. So, yeah, this is a double long video. I'm passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about what I want to achieve in our community. I'm passionate about really changing how the art community and students are viewed in this area. You know, I am. If you have any questions, if you want more information, come see me. Adults are $20 a day. That's it, $20 a day. I mean, yeah, come on. You can use my space to meet clients, to work on your computer, to ask me questions, to look through my books. I don't, whatever. Just come see me. Give me a chance to show you something new. All right, well, I guess I gotta wrap this up because this is a long ass video, so I'm kind of curious who actually reads it or watches it. Are you listening to me? It's Monday. It's Monday all day long. This is why I normally do videos on Tuesdays, because Mondays I'm a little brain melty. Anyways, yeah, come see me, message me, call me, whatever you need to do. But let's get those art kids in here, man. Let me help them. Let me cultivate a brighter future for them. All right? Don't make them wait till they're in their 30s to figure out what graphic design is. Let me show them. Let me show them what their future could possibly be. That's better than mine, probably, but that's my goal. All right? I want to be a launching pad for them, okay? So, yeah. I guess that's it. Everybody have a happy Monday. You know, rain's coming in. Enjoy it. Let it relax you. Let it refresh you. The sun is gone. That is the goal. The sun is gone. No more heat. My car may not be an oven today, thank God. All right, so y'all have a great week, and I will talk to y'all next time. Thank you for your time.